in a frenzy. Majority Seattle crowd. Buck 16 to go. Amazing. He does! Jermaine Kearse. He first, second, and third. I looked at the Kearse. Down to the 5.
All right, folks, welcome to the Steve Malzberg Show. Hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. Hope the weather's not too bad where you are. That catch, which harkened back to David Tyree when the Patriots lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl, set the Seahawks up for a win at about the 5-yard line. An incredible catch, and but it wasn't to be. Watch.
And it's mano-a-mano, second down. No, it's a doink, and it's picked off by Malcolm Butler. The dart pass to Lockett, but Butler is there, and there it is. That was Matthews, but the free agent rookie from West Alabama has a name in Patriot lore forever.
You know, it's a simple play and a risky one because it's down inside the hat.
All right, and you see Tom Brady, the MVP, jumping up and down. George Vecsey, legendary sports columnist for the New York Times, author of 8 World Cups. My journey through the beauty and dark side of soccer joins us. George, welcome.
Hey, nice talking to you, Steve, always.
At GeorgeVecsey.com, you wrote a story that this call to pass that ball by the Seahawks at that time instead of running it with Lynch is probably the worst call in the history of football, correct?
Well, certainly that I've ever seen. And I don't claim, as people know, I don't claim to be a football expert, but I've been watching football since I was a student PR person at Hofstra back in the 50s, and I've never seen a worse call come in from the sideline where coach, capital C, is the authority. What he says goes, and he sends in the plays, and these guys perform what coach says, and this one was just never a good idea from whoever thought it up to the time that Pete Carroll sent it in.
I mean, my God, if you're a Patriots fan, you know Lynch is going to get the ball and he's going to tear it in there. Now you put this in historical perspective in your piece on your website today. You talk about some other crazy things that you have seen over the course of the years in a lot of sports.
Right, and I can't come up with anything even comparable for a play being sent in. But I do think about things that I've seen as personnel decisions. The one that jumped into my mind was Grady Little coming out to talk to Pedro Martinez in 2003, and Petey, basically saying, I'm staying in, and Grady says, you're my man, and then they got racked a little bit more, and the Red Sox lost the pennant again. And as I understand it, Little knew as soon as that inning got away that he was done. There was no way that he would ever, even if they won somehow, that it wasn't going to happen because he was. That was terrible. What about bringing in Ralph Branca from the bullpen in 1951? I was 12 years old listening on the radio.
The shot heard round the world. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant.
The lore is that they call down to the bullpen, and the bullpen coach, just a wonderful man named Clyde Sukforth, the guy who kind of scouted Jackie Robinson, says, well, Erskine just bounced the curve. And so they bring in Branca. And then, of course, when it all went bad for poor Ralph, that they fired Clyde Sukforth in the offseason.
Now let's talk about, to me, I was thrilled. I don't like Seattle. I don't like what they did after that play. One of their players, of course, Irvin, got ejected. I didn't like Sherman on the sidelines putting up the fingers for the number of Revis after he got burned for a touchdown. I think they're arrogant. I think they're pompous. Even Carroll overreacts on the sidelines. I don't think that's class, and I think they got their comeuppance. But what's your take on the Seahawks and now the legend of Brady and Belichick?
Well, it's interesting. I know both Belichick and Carroll from the time when they were with the Jets.
Right.
Belichick, I knew I had kind of a back with him. He was always kind of a dark guy. Wasn't easy for him to be very friendly on any level, although he was to me. Carroll was a great guy coming through the Jets. Put up the little basketball court in the back. He seemed to be a fun guy. So they are sort of, to me, what they look like. And on the other hand, as somebody pointed out last night, I was sitting watching with a couple of Seahawks fans, and somebody pointed out that actually Carroll's the guy that ran the dirty program at USC, if you want to talk about dirty laundry. So as I pointed out in a previous blog on my website, that if you can make any coaching difference of morality play in football, but do it at your own discretion.
Right.
Because they've all got secrets of playing guys whose, quote, bell was wrong and all of that. The league has a lot of dirty secrets, which they put under the rug for decades and decades.
George, we got 20 seconds. Brady, the best of all time?
Oh, gosh. So many great quarterbacks. He fits in. He would tell you, not necessarily because he fits into a great team and a great system. Does he belong? He won 4 Super Bowls, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, George Vecsey, that's why I'm not surprised that Belichick talked to you. Who could not like you? Go to GeorgeVecsey.com. Thank you, sir. Bill Richardson is next. Don't go away.